guys, welcome to my channel Physiotherapy Abroad. I hope you guys are all fine, and thank you for liking my previous video. And my previous video was about the credential evaluation process, and this is my new video, and it's all about the PCE exam, the clinical exam and the written exam. Now guys, before starting the video, I want to tell you that I am not like practitioner in Canada, so I don't know much about this, but I have friends and relatives who are working there as a physiotherapist, so I gain knowledge from them. And I just the total knowledge that I gathered is present in this video. It's not that much, but it will help you a lot. So let's get started with the video. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe it before it's too late. Okay, press the bell icon right now. Okay, so in my previous video, I talked about the credential evaluation process. Now, what happens after that is that maybe they'll give you a mail, and maybe after you apply for that, the credential evaluation, they'll give you a mail that about your education, whether it is matching with the Canadian education or whether it's not matching with the Canadian education. Now, what happens is whether if your education is matching with the Canadian education, then yes, you are good to go for the exam. But if your education does not match with the Canadian education, they give you an option of bridging program, which happens in Canadian universities, which helps you in managing the bridging between your education and Canadian education. So they make you study some particular subjects that you haven't studied in your bachelor's yet. Okay, so after that you can apply again. But for those of whom whose education is completely good to go, and who get the green flag from the CPR that yes, your education is not different from our education, and yes, you can go through the exam. So what you do is, first step you do is apply for the exam. You register for it. You fill the exam form, which is on the CAPR website. You can check it out from there. Okay, so guys, first thing you have to do is to fill the exam form, which is very important, and to apply for the exam as soon as you can, because your credentials will expire if you don't do it as soon as you can, as I told you in my previous video. Okay, and then what happens is you have to pay the fees, $1,000 for the I think written exam, and $1,000 for the clinical exam. You have to pay them part by part. I think it's around $1,000, but you will see to it when you will visit the CAPR, and they'll mail it to you about that, the fees and the exam form. They tell you everything, guys. Before everything, just check it out the CAPR website before applying for anything. Okay, and if you have any query related to anything, don't hesitate to mail it to CAPR. They're really helpful, and they will help you at any cost. They'll email you, they'll help you with any of your query. Okay, so don't hesitate. Okay, so when you have to apply for the exam from here, now I have told in my previous video that the exam does not happen in India. You have to fly to Canada to give the exam. Now it's advised from them, the CAPR, that you fly to Canada before 1 week of the exam, to get the accommodations right, to get all the things right, and you can also like visit different places if you're going to Canada. So yeah, it is advised that you should visit, like you should go there 1 week before the exam. Okay, so I am not good, I don't have that knowledge that what happens in the exam, what kind of questions come in that, because of course I haven't given the exam. But I think it's not that difficult. It's entry to practice level exam, because it's just basic physiotherapy. You have to know about the basic test. It's not like that you have to be a professional and you have to know everything. It's just the entry level practice test. That's it. Okay, so I think the written exam pass percentage of international applicants is 41%, and the clinical exam pass percentage for international applicants is 47%. So it's like that. Of course, if you will not study, you won't pass. But I think if you study hard and the basic things of physiotherapy, you'll pass, obviously. Okay, so the exam, the result of the exams come to you after 6 weeks of the exam date. Okay, and guys, I just want to tell you one more thing. You can only give the exam 3 times. not more than that. Then after 3 times your credentials and all just expire, and they won't let you give the exam after 3 times, because they only give 3 times chances about the about to the international applicants. Okay. Now, if you pass on the written exam, you are good to go to the clinical exam. Now, after passing the written exam, you can work in Canada as a physical therapist assistant, and you can gain the knowledge and gain the techniques of Canada, what happens there, how's physiotherapy like there, like this. Okay, so in clinical exams, it is advised from them that you have to be punctual, and you have to be there in at the center before the exam. I think 2 to 3 days before the exam. So you have to be punctual, you have to be in the right dress code, you have all, you must have all the documents that are mentioned in the mail and the CAPR. You have to check it out. And guys, before the written exam thing, there is a written exam guide present on the CAPR. You can check it out. This is for you guys, for the international applicants. It is, there is the blueprint of the exam, like what kind of sections are going to be there, what kind of questions are going to be there, like what musculoskeletal, neuro, like that. Okay, so check out the exam guide before before applying for the exam forms. Okay, so it also contains the tips for international students, the mistakes that international students do, so it has everything. Okay, so be punctual for the clinical exam, be right in the dress code, and there are, I think, the clinical exam happens like station wise, like first, and the first station will be a room in which a patient maybe will be there, and the supervisor, so they'll ask you some questions, and they'll ask you to perform some kind of activities with the patient, some kind of stretchings, movements, or maybe whatever, like assessment of the patient. They'll ask you anything. Okay, so like it's like that. So that was, I think, it for the exams. That was the whole knowledge that I had by, and before applying for the exam, go to the CAPR website, check everything, guys. So all the best for you guys. If you are going to apply, start thinking about it right now. If you're in your fourth year, or if you are doing to your internships, or maybe if you're a professional working somewhere, so start thinking about it. And if you want to apply, saw my videos, because they are really informative. And yeah, so all the best to you if you want to go there and start thinking about it. And that was the video for the exam. Okay, so like and share my channel of my video if you haven't done it yet, and subscribe my channel. Thank you, guys.